it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Okay.
Spiritual ginger.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Bienvenidos nuevamente a mi canal. So you probably already know by the title of this video, we're back with another Hollywood glam look. Okay, a little glam session. Things I just want to let you guys know, all the links to every single product that I'm using in this video will be in the description box down below. I also have a video of the powder concoction that I'm using in this video, how I make it, how I mix it, and exactly what's in it. I will have that linked down below as well, and I will also have like in the info card somewhere up here. I'm not sure where, but somewhere up here. But before we get into the video, don't forget to rate this video. Let me know if you guys like these type of videos, yes or no, okay? Because then it'll be easier for me to make the videos you guys like, you know what I'm trying to say. And also turn on your bell notifications so you do get notified every time I post a new video, because you know YouTube be playing y'all. Some of y'all got the notifications on, but then y'all don't get notified and stuff like that. So just make sure that you actually have it on. And if you're not subscribed already, girl, what is you doing? Subscribe to my channel and become part of the family. Let's get into the video. Okay, so don't mind my hair. I have two like little things going down my face, but I had to like put them up in order for me to be able to, like, you know, do my makeup without them being in the way. I tried to curl my hair. It's getting really frizzy. I don't know why, and my curls are not holding up because I didn't put any hairspray. But at the end of the day, my hair is not the focus in today's video. Just putting that out there. And I also have like a tan line from my lace. My wig is not freshly put on. I've had it on for like a few days now, so it's really about that time for me to remove it. But as I said, that's besides the point. That's not the focus today. Okay, cool. So we are going to be doing another Hollywood glam episode, I guess, video. Today's look is inspired by same makeup artist. I picked out this look as soon as he posted it. I wasn't expecting it to be the next episode, but listen, it is. If you have any makeup artists that you want me to do looks inspired by their work and stuff like that, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll check them out, and you know, I'll do like a video or something. But this is like one of my favorite makeup artists, so I feel like a lot of the looks from this Hollywood glam series are probably going to be from him, even though, as I said in my previous video, a lot of those looks are kind of similar, but we're still gonna do it. Okay, so I was supposed to wear my brown contact, but I just can't seem to find them, so we're gonna have to do gray today. The girl in the photo has really light brown eyes, so I wanted to put my light brown contacts in because the eye color has a lot to do with how the makeup looks. Obviously the skin color and everything too. Like, this makeup look is not going to look the same on someone with a lighter skin complexion or a darker skin complexion than me. And the girl in the photo, she is of a lighter complexion, but I kind of wanted to you know, put on the contacts in order for the eye look specifically to look a little bit more similar, you know, and stuff like that. But gray will do. I am just priming my eyes with some light concealer. We're going to be doing like a chocolate brown kind of smoky eye, sort of like chocolate brown eye. I don't know what to call it, but that's basically what we're going to do. If you have an eye primer, I would definitely recommend to use that instead. I just don't have one right now, so not one that I like anyways. So yeah, I would definitely recommend to use an eye primer, just because if you guys didn't know, this is a little fact, concealers, depending on the concealer, but normally eyelids are oily, right? They are naturally. That's why a lot of people struggle with creasing of eyeshadows and stuff like that. And then you have concealers, which is supposed to go under the eye, so normally concealers are also pretty hydrating. So you putting a hydrating product on top of an oily surface is not really gonna help to minimize the creasing of the eyeshadow, which is why they have eyeshadow primers that are meant to be more mattifying and are meant for the eyeshadow pigments to pop off. If you have very, very oily eyelids, then I would probably suggest for you to put some, I would suggest that you put powder on top. So I'm going to take my Sasha Buttercup powder, and I'm going to take a little brush, a setting brush, and I'm just going to like set my eyelids with that powder really quick, not too much, just like a little bit, just to set it so the concealer won't crease, and that way the eyeshadow won't crease as much. So I have a few different eyeshadow palettes today. When you do your eye makeup, right, if you don't have lash extensions or anything like that, whenever you do your eyeshadow, you need to keep in mind that when you put your lashes on, this little area right here, it is regardless of the eye shape, but this area right here is always gonna look darker because you have the eyeshadow. I mean, the eyeshadow, and then you have the eyelashes on top of that, which makes this significantly darker right away. So what I'm saying that because sometimes you think they have a super dark eyeshadow on, when in reality it's just the eyelashes making it look darker because the eyelashes are dark, black, and thick. So okay, so the two palettes I will be using in today's video is going to be the Juvia's Place Nubian 2 palette, and then I will be using the Luxe palette from Ofra Cosmetics, just because this have all the neutrals you need. You can pretty much do the whole look with this, but I do want to intensify the eyeshadow a little bit with a brown that I have in this palette right here, so that you guys know. You could also use, if you have the Anastasia Beverly Hills soft brown palette, soft glam palette, then that would be a perfect palette to use as well. I just kind of want to switch it up a little bit because I already used that 100 times on my channel, to be honest, or at least it feels like I've used it so many times. So I know you guys be tired of me using the same palettes, but I don't think you guys understand the fact that I literally be doing the same makeup all the time, and I literally stick to the same products. Like, I could have a bazillion amount of makeup and I still use the same 5 products every day. That's just what it is. That's the reality. I'm going to go into the Luxe palette, which is this one right here, and I'm going to use this shade to begin with, which is a super light brown, kind of like a nude tone, and I'm taking a fluffy blending brush. This is the BH Cosmetics blending brush. I don't know like the number of this brush. I've had it for years. It's like one of my favorite blending brushes, but I know that when I purchased it, I used it in some of my videos. So in my old videos, I should probably have them linked in the description box, like the actual name of the brush and everything, in case you guys are really interested. This came in a set, so I'm putting this on my crease and like blending it up. This is basically going to be the main I can't even talk. This is going to be the main transition color on my eyes, and I'm putting it close towards like my nose, where almost where my contour is going to go. I'm putting it like here and then blending that out. And then we are going to repeat the same step on the other eye. I feel like I want to bring you guys in closer. I'm just going to film like this today, and then in the next video, if you guys want me to like have you guys super close up, then you could just let me know in the comments in this video, and I'll be sure to do that. As you guys can see, I really like to go in circular motions. I just feel like it just blends the color way better. So I like to go in circular motions like this, and then back and forth at the same time. So I start here, for example, and then you can see I'm literally going like this, but at the same time I'm like moving. I'm moving the brush back and forth, but doing circular motions. So that's the easiest and best way, in my opinion, to blend out any type of eyeshadow, really. And as I've said before in like previous videos, I would definitely recommend to build up a color instead of going too harsh on it right away, because it would be easier, it would be harder for you to like clean that up or like make that work. But if you actually build up the color, you can build it up to the intensity that you desire and want. Like, you'll know when to stop, you know. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to stick to this palette as well. Like, I'm still going to stick to this palette. I'm going to take this brown shade right here, and I'm going to start working towards the center of my lid, I guess. So you could use the same blending brush. I'm going to switch it just because I want to have that blending brush for later. So I'm taking a smaller blending brush. This is from Sigma Beauty. This is the Diffuse Crease Brush E38. You guys know I love me some Sigma Beauty. So I'm taking that on a brush, and what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to start on my lid, and I start on the outer corner. You guys can see the color is there, but it's not giving me much. Like, it's not super dark, but that's perfect because you can build it up. And as I said, I'm going to go in with a darker brown later on. So I'm just packing it on, and this time I'm kind of doing circular motions, but I'm dragging the brush. Like, I'm doing more like this instead of this back and forth, okay? And I'm keeping it on the lid because you don't want to bring it too far up, at least not right away. You want to be able to have some space and some playroom. I'm all about, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in almost all of my makeup videos, I'm all about having room for like anything that might not go as you want. Like, even in my brow tutorials, I'm like, you need to leave some space in between, like, you know, your brow and the concealer, just in case, because that you can work your way slowly up. And that's, I just feel like it's important to have room to play around with the products and still not messing it up. But that's just like my opinion, obviously. So as you guys can see, I applied a decent amount of eyeshadow. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my lighting. Well, everything is always washed out on camera, but I feel like my camera is not doing this justice because it looks way darker in real life than what it does on my screen right now. So just know that. You could just keep applying, keep adding the brown until you are basically satisfied. I'm about to stop right now. So what I do is that I'm going to blend back and forth, literally just on my crease. So those two colors that I've used just merge with each other seamlessly, okay? Like this. So I'm going to be repeating the same step on the other eye. So I'm applying it on my lid. So I'm satisfied with my blending thus far. So now we're going to go in. Now you could leave this look right here, just like that, and you be Gucci, okay? I'm just letting you know right now, this is just me being extra. And as I said, it is an inspired makeup tutorial. It's not gonna be identical, because I know somebody commented on my last video, it's not supposed to be identical. I'm putting my own little twist on it. I'll always do that. Then I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Kenya, from the Nubian 2 palette, which is the darkest brown. This is probably super intense, and I love it. And I'm putting that in the center. And this is a color I want to keep here, and I don't want to blend it too much up here. I wanted to keep it pretty much on my lid and my lid only. Maybe, I don't know, but you know, so maybe you don't see the difference. I certainly do, but not everybody's going to see the difference, but I definitely do see the difference. It is way more intense and way darker. This color, I'm literally just tapping it on. So now I'm going to go in with my first blending brush that I use for the lightest shade. I'm not taking any extra product on the brush or anything like that. I'm just going to blend this out so I have a little bit more of a seamless blend. It is pretty much already blended, but I just want to go in and make sure that it is literally like seamless. You want like that nice gradient effect on the eyeshadows. I've been thinking so much about taking clients again. Like, I stopped taking clients, first of all because of the virus, but second of all, I was tired. Like, I was tired of doing people's makeup. I was tired of being, I feel like I was all my clients' therapist. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it got to a point where it was super overwhelming, and I was just like like all this energy was just not good for me. Mind you, I'm an empath, so I could already feel all your fucking energy before you even talk to me. So that's kind of the, I was like, okay, I need a break. I've been thinking a lot about kind of starting slowly to take more clients again and see like how I feel about that. But I don't want to rush anything. Like if it happens, you know, it happens. But I'm gonna have to like open my book again and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. And I don't know. It's either that or I might throw like a makeup class. I'm still kind of thinking about it, trying to figure that out, how I want to do it. So yeah. So now I need to figure out what type of lashes I want to use. Her lashes are pretty long. They're not super thick, but they're long and dramatic, kind of. So I put my lashes on and I don't know why, but I can't help but feel like they look super similar to the ones I used in my previous hologram video. But these are completely different lashes. The only thing that I did, the way I customized my lashes, is more like I stacked my lashes. So I stacked two pretty fluffy lashes together to get this lash. Because one alone wasn't thick enough. So I think I'm going to use this one today, actually. And I'm taking a little bit on my finger, and I'm really not taking, as I like, you guys know I don't like to do like a lot. I want it to be glowy but not a grease ball looking situation. So I'm just gonna take my sponge and I'm just going to like press that in. The look that he did on this specific person is super matte, like all over. I don't really see much of a highlight other than their inner tear duct. So I'm going to try to keep it as matte as possible and stuff like that. But we're gonna get into this face, baby. We're about to get into this face. So for this look, I am not interested in using blush. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be using a liquid blush, and I will be using this blush. Is in the color Truly from Ofra Cosmetics. I've already featured this on my channel before. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to do 4 dots on each side. And then I'm taking my blush brush and I'm just going to, so the reason why I'm doing it like this is because I'm not interested in using any blush, powder blush, but I still want that little bit of redness or blush effect, but just under my base. I don't want it on top of my base. On top of my base. I feel like this blush, what I've noticed is whenever I use it, it's not necessarily super intense to begin with, but after it sets, it kind of just intensifies a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I think I'm going to do my little mixing situation, but not necessarily mix the... I'm not going to mix the foundations. I'm just going to use this as concealer and this as contour, and then I'm actually going to mix in the Fit Me foundation as foundation if I need it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set this as my concealer. So I need a concealer brush. I'm taking a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation and I'm in the shade 400N. As I've said before, this shade is too light for my actual complexion, so I use it as concealer because that's just what works best for me. Okay, so for my contour, I'm not going to go in with the NARS foundation, and this is in the shade or color GLAM. So I'm using the same brush that I used to apply my concealer, and I'm just gonna take basically the other side, and I'm going to use this as a contour. Like when I put it like this, it looks like, oh, but that could be your shade, like my actual foundation shade. Like, no. Maybe it's closer to my shade now because I'm more tan, like being in DR, like I'm a little bit more tan. But when I blend it out and it oxidizes, this is nowhere near my actual shade. Because I feel like it's not even that it's not my shade, it's just too red. It's too red for my skin tone. So then I'm going to take my contour blending brush, and I'm just going to start to blend this contour. And I like to blend up, as you guys know. So I'm just blending out the concealer. I started on my forehead. And in the photo, from what I could see, she doesn't have, like, he didn't do a really strong contour on her. It looks like he barely, like, he just used bronzer to bronze up her face, like to warm it up and stuff. So I don't need this marked, like, strong contour line, but that's something I prefer on my face. I prefer that clean, sleek look on my, when it comes to my contour. So that's why I'm keeping it like that. Then I'm going to blend out here. So now I'm going to go in with the Ofra color wheel, and then I'm going to conceal again. And I'm dipping into this shade right here. So I am placing this right here. So when I put the foundation, well, the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation as concealer, I was concealing, and now I'm highlighting. So y'all know the difference, right? As I always tell you guys, I prefer to blend. So I start on the outer corners and I blend my way in. Also, that kind of depends on how much product you put on the inner corners of your eyes, but you always want the most coverage on the inside, like closer to your nose. That's where you want the most coverage. So okay, so now I'm taking my little powder concoction and I'm going to set my under eyes. So I'm taking my setting brush again. I like to set my under eyes with a brush first, and then if I have to bake, I'll bake. But no sponges to begin with from me. Taking my brush, tap, 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 while trying to look up so my eyes don't crease. I'm just setting all over my face wherever I put highlighter. Now I look like a ghost. I look hella white, but that's fine. That's fine. So now I'm gonna go back and finish off my eyes, and I'm taking a black kohl pencil. Kind of, I think I've said this before, but basically I just line my waterline with the kohl pencil, and then on the outer part of the eye, I put the kohl pencil on my actual lash line in order for me to then blend it out, like smudge it out. So then I'm going to take the brown shade right here, the darkest brown, which is called brown, and a little like flat but blending brush, fluffy brush, I don't know, and then I'm just going to put that on my lower lash line and kind of blend out or smudge out the black liner. I hope you guys can see the difference between this eye and this eye. So an easy way to do that, a little trick that I like to do, is hold your mirror up high and then look up, and then you'll have full, like, perfect view of your bottom lash line without having to like do like this. just do like this, and you look in the mirror, you can literally see exactly what you are doing. So what I'm going to do now is that I am going to bronze up my face, and I have two bronzes here that I picked out for today's look. I have the Makeup Revolution setting, like set and blot something powder, and then I have the little squad duo from Ofra Cosmetics, and this one is obviously darker than this one, so I'm going to start with this and see what it looks like. I think I'm gonna have to end up going in with this anyways because I think this is a little bit too light, but we'll see. So I'm taking this and I'm just going to start here. I can already tell this is not gonna do anything for me, so we're just gonna hop into the Ofra one. Okay, so it's giving me more color for sure. The way this just literally brought so much color back into my face, I love it. So I'm going to take the same, you know, bronzer with my nose contour brush. And her nose seems to be pretty small, like super slim, so that's what I'm gonna do too. Okay, little nose. This is giving me Instagram filter nose. On some real shit, it's giving me Instagram filter nose. So I'm taking the Luxe palette that I used on my eyes, and I'm going to go in with the highlighter in the center, and this is Rodeo Drive. It's just like a smaller version in the palette. So I'm taking this. Ugh. And I'm putting that on my bottom lash line and my inner tear duct, but she's like, he dragged it kind of to her actual lash line. So it kind of merges with the brown eyeshadow that I put there. So I'm taking my Guide Beauty mascara and I'm putting that on my bottom lashes. So I got mascara on my falsies and then I blinked, so I got some mascara in the inner corners of my eyes, but I'm just gonna let that dry before I remove it. In the meantime, we are going to move on to I was gonna say my lips, but I do kind of want to do a little bit of highlighter, just a tad bit of highlighter. So I'm taking the same palette and I'm just taking the Rodeo Drive from the palette and my highlighter brush, and I'm just taking a little bit and then I'm tapping it with my finger. And normally I keep my highlighter up here for the most part. I want to bring it down just a little bit. So I changed the lighting a little bit because it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Okay. So her lips are pretty light. She doesn't have any like a super dark liner or like super defined lips. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use Cork as my lip liner, which is closest to my skin tone. I overlined my lips a little bit in the center because her Cupid's bow is super defined. So I kind of wanted to try to mimic that. I don't really know if I managed to do that, but I love this shade. I feel like I should use it a little bit more often. Okay. So I still have Naturally Transformed, right? And I feel like that would be like a perfect blend. But one of my subscribers let me know that she actually went to MAC and asked them if they had Naturally Transformed, or like if they had a dupe for it. Remember I was ranting about that in my previous video. And they basically told her that they don't, it's discontinued, but she told her to use a lighter concealer as her lip color, I guess. So I was like, okay, you know what, I want to try that out. So I'm gonna try that out today, and I'm taking my color wheel from Ofra. And her lips, I don't know if it's because she's of a lighter complexion, but it looks kind of pinky-ish and then super nude-ish in the center. So I'm probably going to mix this pink shade right here and then this right here, which is a super light nude. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to go in with the pink shade first, and I'm going to put that. Oh wow. Okay, just trust the process. Trust the process. And then I'm gonna go in with my actual concealer shade, which is this one with a big ass hole in it, or I'm gonna take the one next to it. I'm going to go back in with the lip liner. I just want you to know that none of these, like none of my videos are scripted per se. Like they're not planned out. I haven't tried this look before I filmed it. I'm literally just sitting down filming. It's like a first time thing, okay? I have never even tried nothing of what I'm doing, okay? So now I'm gonna go back in with the lip liner. I don't like this. This is annoying. I don't like that at all. This is a lip plumping gloss from Iconic London, and it has a little bit of like a pink-ish shade to it. So I'm gonna put that on to see. It is giving very much so concealer lips, in my opinion. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the lips look pretty similar to hers. I just don't think it's suitable for me. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but you know, shit, I don't even know, y'all. I just don't know. I'm winging this. I don't know. I've never done this before. So you guys know the trick that I like to do. I like to take the clear gloss on top of my actual lip liner. So that's what I'm gonna do here. What I would do differently, or I would recommend you guys to do differently if you try this out, is that you shouldn't take, I mean, the concealer that I used was maybe a little bit too light, but I could have just taken the concealer that I used underneath my eyes. That would have been enough, I feel like. And then obviously when you put the gloss on top, it's going to, you know, blend seamlessly. Okay, so this is the final look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope I was detailed enough and the video was in depth for you guys to understand what I was doing. I don't know if you guys learned anything new, but I hope you did. I hope you took something from this video. And if you guys recreate this look, please let me know and tag me or send it to me in my DMs. I would love to see you guys recreate this look, even though this look is a recreation or inspired look, whatever. But if you guys try some of my tips and tricks, then let me know. I really want to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Become part of the family, you know. I know you'll be coming back for more. Okay. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.